everybody. I'm Lanaya.
And I'm Shawn.
We are in Taiwan right now in the middle of a pandemic to pick up our son. He has been legally adopted since August, I think. And we're here to get him. This is not what we would have planned and dreamed, but here we are.
So what was it like to travel? What was the travel day like?
So, travel in pandemic, like definitely not ideal, but traveling without children, like so nice because I was literally holding one passport. So that part was awesome. The flights were great. Our layovers were great. I love, like every time we travel to Taiwan, we get these awesome service in the airports where they're just like waiting there with a sign to say, go this way for your connection.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I was a little bit nervous about our connection because that flight was delayed a little bit, about half an hour. We already had a pretty tight connection in Hong Kong. And so, again, during this time, like, we don't know what it's going to be like. We don't know what it's going to be like in the airports, all of those sorts of things. And so that was a huge relief. That was that of all the things. I think for me, there's a weird combination in the travel day of it. Both like it being very, very normal. Just like grab your boarding pass, just do all the normal things.
That's true.
But like being tense, expecting something to be really weird or hard or
yes,
or
your
something
personality is like something is gonna go wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas I'm like everything's gonna be perfect, and then when it goes wrong, I'm devastated.
Yeah, for sure. And nothing did go wrong because obviously we did finally make it, right? But there was like a combination of like it being weird and normal at the same time. But weird things like we're from Alberta, Canada, and so we flew from Edmonton to Vancouver, Vancouver to Hong Kong, and then Hong Kong into Taipei. And the flight from Vancouver to Hong Kong was a 787, and it was maybe 10% full.
Like seriously,
maybe?
it wasn't even. You had said maybe it'll be a quarter full, but the back of the plane was like empty. It was really interesting.
It was a little bit spooky. It was really, really comfortable. It was nice to be they just spread out as soon after we take off, and like people just like took a whole row to themselves.
Yeah, that was great.
You're able to stretch out and have a little nap and stuff. So, so what is or has been the toughest part so far?
I think the hardest part was when we landed in Taipei. The attendants were super helpful, but there were just so many things to kind of juggle. So we weren't sure where we'd get our SIM cards because it wasn't like we picked up SIM cards in the past. So if we would have known, okay, they're going to have this temporary SIM card station set up, that's going to be your first stop. And if I had known ahead of time, I would have made one sheet for myself that said, you know, obviously I don't need my name and birth date on there, but like my passport number, the hotel address we're staying at, even like if I had left a space to write in my new phone number, just because I guess like the customs form. So now there's like a customs form for just coming in customs, like we normally would do. But then there's a health one, and that was just awkward. You're standing in this hallway with a bunch of other people trying to fill in on your phone,
right,
and juggle your passport, your new SIM card with your new phone number, you know, your sheet that has your hotel address, all that kind of thing. So that's what I think was the most challenging. But it honestly wasn't that bad. We just are awkward and didn't do it well.
For sure.
But all on one paper. That would be my goal.
That's really good advice. So, because obviously traveling during quarantine's complicated and there's all of this paperwork to do, we had all of our documents together and all lined up. But I think that making yourself a cheat sheet is a really good idea. We'll get into this a little bit more in another video, just talking about all the requirements and the quarantine rules and all of that. But like a significant part for us of getting into Taiwan was getting COVID tests done, and they had to be done in a really specific time window for us to be able to enter the country. And so that part was really complicated, and so it was obviously a big relief to finally cross that yellow line on the floor.
That was huge.
And say
when you cleared customs and I was still waiting, I was like, okay, they let my husband through.
Yeah, so
they have to let me.
They have to let her.
We have the
through.
same papers.
Yeah, for sure. So
even just that, where we live, we can't get a private COVID test, and you needed to have a negative test result received within 3 days of getting on the plane. But our test was actually 12 days before we got on the plane, and our results were given to us 3 days before we got on the plane. So that was That was scary.
Yeah, I think
the week before was like the week from hell, getting ready for this trip.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it was beautiful. We were excited, and also the focus was just on like, will we get the documents in time to actually go? And because we don't get to meet our son, his name is Toby, until October 20th, the goals haven't been about getting him. The goals have been about getting the COVID test, getting the flights booked. Crap, our credit card isn't working. Like all these extra things on the way. So it's exciting to actually just be here in our room. We are here. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So anyway, if you're interested in finding out more about the just sort of all the logistics of it and what quarantine is like,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We're gonna be in this room for a long time, and so we're gonna have some time on our hands to like make some things like this. So if there's questions about the process that you want to know, please let us know. You can comment on this video. You can at Linaya's Instagram or
at
mine.
Lanaya.Graham.
Yeah. Or at mine. We'll put the links and stuff on the screen. So just have a great day, and reach out. We don't have anything else to do.
We'd love to talk to you.
We'd love to talk to you.